Welcome, everybody. Those of you that's the first time here, my name is Lisa Johnston. I am a Connect United community member, just like maybe you are, or not, or maybe this is your first time to just come and have a look and see what it's all about. Someone may have invited you along. So, whatever, whether you're brand spanking new, never seen anything before, wherever you're at, welcome. And I am just going to share my screen. I imagine that we will have more people that will join us as we come along. So, all right. Jude, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see that, everybody? Yeah, cool. So welcome. Drop in the chat where you are calling in from tonight. If you're in Australia and you are on the East Coast, you might be getting blasted by that cold snap that's come through. I don't know about you. Jude's got her scarf on. She's up in Bagara, and she's even feeling it up there. So if you've got any questions or anything as I'm going through things, just bear in mind that I may also answer the questions as we go along. So if you can keep your questions until the end, maybe write them on a piece of paper. Jude will be helping me out. She is the queen of questions, so she will answer as much as she can as we go along as well. But we will have some question time at the end, and we will be moving through and answering a lot. So as I said, if this is your very first time to seeing Connect, hearing about BLOCKBOT, all of those things, if you were invited, welcome. We so just kind of to give you a bit of an idea, my name's Lisa. As I said, I have been playing in the decentralized space for just over 3 years now. If I can give you any advice, just give yourself grace. It's a whole new space. It's like gobbledygook. I may even mention things, words, whatever tonight that you just go, what is she talking about? Give yourself grace, and I encourage you. We have a number of these calls at various different times that various community members put on. So I encourage you to just jump back on another one, the next one. If you're part of the social impact platform, you will be able to see the event schedule there. And I encourage you just to submerge yourself. One of the big things that I am a massive advocate for is education. Because let me sort of share with you kind of what happened with me. So as I said, I've been playing in this space for just over 3 years. I'm an older mum. My girls are 17, 18. And I knew that if anything, this was a world that they were going to grow up in. And then as I discovered and uncovered and learnt more, and I consider myself the forever student, what I discovered was that it's here right now. It's been happening for a while. It's certainly in the start stages. So you are one of what we call the 3% that have ventured into the blockchain decentralized space, crypto space, and just to really be open. And I mean that in a learning education point of view. A really good friend of mine, Key, and I was speaking to him the other day, and he said it was a great analogy. Just think you're back at the stage where you're baby crawling and you're just getting yourself up on the sofa and taking a few steps, because that's kind of what I felt like when I first started in this space. And it is really foreign. It's like a whole paradigm shift. So just give yourself grace. Okay, because today we're going to show you something that is completely different. This isn't another product or a platform. It's actually a movement. And it starts with a question, okay? What if the world actually worked for us, not against us? So I just want you to kind of think about that as I go through the presentation tonight. Okay, so feel free to take a screenshot of this. This is all of our disclaimers. There's a lot there. I'm not going to read through it. Please, if you want, take a screenshot and then feel free to read it. Let me simplify that. This legal page, for you in plain English, there's no hype, no guarantees, just value and transparency. Um, we're not offering any get rich quick schemes. We're offering tools, okay? And this is about empowerment through education, as I mentioned, and also in tech, okay? You're responsible for your own journey. We're just here to help illuminate the path. All right. So this one I will read through for you. This is just a disclaimer summary. This may contain forward-looking statements. No earning claims or financial advice will be given here. And the legal rewards are for utility. There's a great acronym, which is DYOR, do your own research. The information provided is for education purposes, and nodes and blockchain, and I said nodes, NODES, nodes and blockchain are governed by the DGF, Distributed Governance Framework. Now, they may have been some words right there that you're just going, what is she talking about? So sit tight, hold on, and we are going to go into a whole new space for you. So let's start by naming what most people only feel. Something's broken. I don't know about you, but whether you're feeling it too, whether it's finance, healthcare, education, or even media, we all know it, right? The systems that were here to serve us have become systems that control us. And the truth is, the old world's crumbling and a new one is being built, and it's super exciting. So let's get specific, all right? So it's not just that the system's broken. The systems are broken, and here's how. In energy, we're overpaying for outdated infrastructure, while destroying our planet. In the food, we're served shelf-stable products filled with chemicals, not nutrition. And I don't know if you saw just recently, it freaked me out that Australia has just passed that lab-grown meat. And that is not cool. That is not okay. And seriously, we've got some broken systems in place. And then if we move into healthcare as well, we manage symptoms endlessly, but never address the root causes. And I know that some of us are in this space, and I am as well. But if we look at the regular system, it's not addressing those root causes. It's just, and I wouldn't even say, like I'll keep on point. I mean, they say that they're managing symptoms endlessly. And then if we move over to finance, now I don't know about you. When was the last time you went to the bank and tried to do a large withdrawal? And it was like being interrogated, like you wanted to get your money out that you worked hard, and they were questioning you on what it was for. And again, that's not cool. That's not okay. We don't have to explain what's going on. In the finance, there's a small group that controls access and wealth while everyone else struggles just to keep up. And these aren't isolated problems either. They're systematic. There's so many more. So now let's talk about what's coming at us, and it's coming fast. AI, it's a real conversation piece at the moment. I don't know about you, but people are talking about ChatGPT and number of other products that are out there. AI is accelerating faster than any technology that we have ever seen before. So just to give you an example, ChatGPT reached 1 million users in 5 days. By 2 months, 100 million. Big tech, OpenAI, Google, Meta, they're racing to dominate in this place in the future. But here's the real issue. This is unchecked power. Let me say that again. This is unchecked power. And I want you just to lean in and think about what that might mean. Okay? It's not just innovation, it's control. It's control. Another level. So, through it all, through all of this transformation, even through every click, um, every word spoken, every movement tracked, big tech has watched. They've listened, they've learned, and they've profited. And we've got nothing in return. That ends today. And that is what's really cool. And that's what we're going to talk about. So, the web evolution. This is so exciting. So, have a look at this diagram and have a look at, the reality is that let's take a look at how the internet has evolved. Because to understand where we've come from, so if you look at the bottom left-hand side of that graph, it gives us a better understanding of where we're going next. And we need to understand where we've been to be able to understand where we're going. So if we start at the beginning, Web 1, that was really the era of read-only internet. So think static websites, early e-commerce, and big corporations building the infrastructure. Users could only consume the content, but had absolutely no power. Okay, so no power at all. Then came Web 3, and that kind of brought us into the social media era. So platforms like Facebook, Airbnb created huge value, but they controlled everything. Your data, your network, your identity, all centralized and owned by them. And this was really the rise of a platform capitalism. It's an interesting space. And then came Web 3, and there is still lots going on in that space. That was the promise of decentralization. Ownership moved into the hands of users through crypto, blockchain, and tokens. We started to see peer-to-peer value transfer, smart contracts, and decentralized apps, but it's still evolving. So that may be something even in that era, in the Web3 space, that you've kind of only heard the words. Maybe you've not played in there. Maybe you have. Maybe you've got a bit of crypto, or maybe you've partnered with businesses, projects on the blockchain. But that's where we really started to see peer-to-peer value. And it was, it's a really cool space. And that's what I'm talking about when I was saying that I've been playing in this space for about 3 years. But now, look at where the question mark is on the far right. So what's next? And that's what we're really going to dive into tonight, okay? Because Web 4 isn't just an upgrade. It's a fundamental shift, and it's really freaking exciting. It excites me because it just amplifies everything that's already been before it. So let's dive in. We didn't just build another platform. We built the world's first social impact platform. It's built on Web 4 technology. It's powered by blockchain, driven by AI, and most importantly, it's 100% community owned. This is a platform where your actions, your data, your attention finally belongs to you. Let's party. Drop in the chat if that really excites you, that now there is a platform where your data and your attention finally belongs to you. It's so exciting. Like, this just lights me up like you would not believe, because, I'll talk about this a bit more when we move on some of the projects. But, one of our projects is called R-Link, which is actually the platform we're on right now. And, you may be familiar with Zoom or Google Meets, whatever. Those guys are freaking harvesting our data and our information, and they're selling that without our knowledge or without our okay. Well, maybe they put it in the terms and conditions because let's face it, it's tiny, tiny, and it's hundreds and hundreds of pages, and they're always doing updates. And I don't know, I really don't know anyone. There's probably is somebody in the world, but most of us just go, yes, okay, do the update, and off we go. And there's a huge court action that happened last year where Zoom took all of that information, videos, personal details, a whole lot, bang, dumped it in AI. Not cool. This platform is where your actions, your data, your attention finally belongs to you, not anybody else. And that really freaking excites me. So it's a whole new era that we own this. It's so, so cool. So this vision didn't start yesterday. It actually started in 2015. We began the patenting the foundational technology for something that the world had never seen. An AI robot, not controlled by big tech, but powered by the blockchain. A digital being designed to work for you, not spy on you. And that is really, really cool. So, BlockBot, he's your buddy. So 10 years later, that vision is no longer a dream. The future's arrived. And as I said, its name is BlockBot. So, so cool. And so an AI assistant, a guide, a new kind of digital twin. And it's powered by blockchain, not by corporate greed. And that is super exciting. So BlockBot isn't just a new tool; it's revolutionary, and it's the way we connect to the new internet. A digital assistant powered by blockchain, designed to serve you, not track you. So BlockBot is not just a product. Like, I really want you to get that. Lean in because I'm going to share some more around what this little guy can do for you. This is our gateway into Web 4, a world where you're in control. You're in control, giving the control back to us. So cool. We've seen this kind of shift before. The internet gave us AOL. Remember those discs? I just come back from Europe, and I had been a tour leader for Kentucky in Europe, and went for a job with Flight Centre. And they just not long after that bought the Apple computers, and we got these discs and put them in, and they were really noisy. They'd wind up, and that's what AOL are for those of you that are too young and don't have any idea what I'm talking about. The internet gave us AOL, and it changed how we accessed information. The mobile phone gave us the iPhone, and that changed how we connected on the go. And then AI gave us ChatGPT and changed how we learn and how we create. And now Web 4 gives us BlockBot, your guide to the next evolution in the web. So I don't know about you, but when the internet came in, I was kind of like those discs when they came in, I was like, man, I don't know if this is going to last. I was kind of skeptical and stuff, but geez, if I could transport myself back to that time, and I could buy shares in Apple, I could buy shares in Google when that first started, man, I'd be jumping right on. And that's where we are right now. We're at the next evolution on the web. Okay, so buckle up. BlockBot is your personal AI robot. It lives on the blockchain, and it works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's always learning, it's always helping, and it's always earning on your behalf. And you're not just using it, you own it. You own it, not the big corps. You own it. So this is BlockBot. How cool is he? He is your AI engine for Web 4. But it's more than just a bot. It's a living, evolving system that grows with you. So it learns from your behavior, your preferences, and your mission. It earns daily rewards through the proof of action, not speculation. It connects you to other users, to projects, and rewards you in the ecosystem. And most importantly, it rewards you automatically every time you show up. You're not selling, you're not chasing, you're not activating a system that, sorry, you are activating a system that works for you. I'll say that again. You're not selling, you're not chasing, you're actually activating a system that works for you. So, as it says there, it learns, it earns, it connects, and it rewards. BlockBot is super cool. So, BlockBot isn't just smart, it's connected. Behind every BlockBot is a Win blockchain, a powerful decentralized network. And BlockBot doesn't just store data, it rewards action. That means your efforts, your consistency, your engagement, they all matter. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more in the next slide. We'll talk a little bit more into how, and as we go on, it will make more sense on how that all works. Okay. So what does this connection to the blockchain actually unlock? And how does it work? Okay, BlockBot gives you access to 4 powerful reward systems. Okay, so mining rewards for powering the ecosystem. So you may or may not have heard of Bitcoin miners. Okay, similar to that, if you know that. And if you don't, it'll make more sense as we go along. Okay, so just be patient. So that's the first way, mining rewards for powering the ecosystem. Learning rewards for growing your knowledge. And I love this. So our learn to earn, you educate yourself. Remember, I said to you, I'm a forever student, and I encourage you for if anything, just to educate yourself in this space. How about if you earned rewards whilst you grew your knowledge? How cool would that be? Action rewards for engaging and participating, and sharing rewards for helping others get involved. Because we're just at the beginning of the ecosystem, you get rewarded, and it will continue always for us to actually, by sharing and growing the community, we get rewarded. So think of it like this, like Facebook as an example, when that first came around, if you're old enough to know that. And if not, think of TikTok or Instagram or something that is relevant for you. Imagine, so think about first, when somebody said to you, oh, you're on Facebook? And you went, no, what's that? They went, here, it's just this, I'll send you a friend request. And you just joined, right? You didn't even question it, you just did it. And then you started telling other people about it. Imagine if you were rewarded every time that happened. Our social impact platform is here, and it's happening, and it's in the decentralized space. You own it. Nobody's harvesting your information, and you get rewarded. Okay. So for helping others to get involved, you can get rewarded in this platform as well. Not as well, because Facebook didn't reward us, instead of. So this isn't proof of work or proof of stake. It's actually proof of action, like I was just talking about. Every meaningful thing that you do is logged on chain. Your consistency builds what's called your win score, okay? And your win rank determines how much you earn. And it's really key. So the more action that you take, whether it's in the learn to earn, or whether it's sharing the platform, or whether it's just taking daily action in the ecosystem, all of those things have to do with your win rank. Okay. And the more that you show up, and the more that you grow, and the more the system will reward you. Beyond the daily rewards, there's 4 major ways that you can earn. Okay. And I'm going to run through those for you now. You get transaction rewards every time someone takes action through a referral. So when you refer someone, if they take action, you also get rewarded through that. And you earn confirmation rewards when your BlockBot verifies others' actions. You earn block rewards based on the impact created on your network. It's basically everything just moving through the blockchain. It's like toll booths. You've got toll booths that go through, and you're being rewarded every time that happens. And you get node rewards tied to your win score and the revenue of the ecosystem. So it's actually really simple. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, this is so much. It's okay. As I said, give yourself grace. Take a couple of times to watch it, breathe, just be open to the learning in this space. But you don't have to be an expert. You just have to activate BlockBot, take consistent action, and watch as you earn rewards every single day. And as I said, if it's nothing else other than the learn to earn, it's so cool because you actually get rewarded whilst you're educating yourself. This is designed for everyone to win as long as they show up and engage. That's it. Simple. So what can you actually do with your rewards? Really good question. And I'm going to take a mouthful of water. You can share them. You can give them to someone who needs a boost. You can swap them, access real liquidity in the system. You can save them, or what we call hodl, because over time, these might be even worth more. Okay. No guarantees, but if you think of Bitcoin back in the day, you could have bought Bitcoin for anything from like 15 years ago, maybe a couple of bucks, and she's worth a bit more than that now. I think it clocked over 100,000, but Judy will keep me right, and I'm sure she'll drop it in the comments. But no guarantees either. Okay, so just that's possibility. So you can multiply them, which, by taking more action, that will multiply them, and you can earn even more as well. And remember, this is just the beginning. We're right at the beginning of the ecosystem. So as the ecosystem grows, your options will also grow. Okay. This isn't a concept. It's already happening. We're now the fastest growing AI blockchain ecosystem in the world. We have over 41,000 BlockBots across 165 countries, over 1 trillion transactions, and 560 billion in mined rewards. This is real traction. This isn't theory. This is momentum. So, one more thing. The more people that connect to the ecosystem, the more powerful your BlockBot becomes. Because it's not just an AI, it's a networked intelligence that grows stronger with the community. So every connection that you create adds value, not just for you, but for the entire system. So the entire ecosystem. So community creates it, which is so cool. No big corporate companies, community. And coming soon, we're going to be unlocking the next evolution of AI, not just another assistant that's controlled by big tech. This is something that's entirely different. We're actually building two kinds of decentralized AI models, and that's really super cool. One is a large language model. It's kind of like ChatGPT, but it's owned and governed by the node network, not hosted on centralized servers. So that means that it's not monetized by big tech. It's all in a decentralized space. It's trained by the community for the community. That's really super cool. And then the other is a small language model. It's a lightweight version that you can self-custody. So it means that it's private and local and personal to you. It lives with you. It learns from you. It works for you. And that's, without sharing any data, any of your data with anyone. So it's really super cool. So the person who invited you to this call will be able to show you maybe some of the videos that we just had out of our conference in Fort Lauderdale, with some of the things that that the BlockBot AI side of that's coming. It's really super exciting. And it's what I love the most, as I've said, is that we own it. Like, it's not anybody harvesting or data collecting our information and monetizing that. It's we own it, so we get to control, our own data and information. So this isn't just AI. This is decentralized intelligence, and it's how we go from artificial intelligence to personal sovereignty. And that's really important. Like, if that's a high value for you, then it's a very exciting space to be part of, and it's giving the control back to us, which we need to. We need to take control back, because AI, the speed that it's growing, we want to make sure that we're the ones that own it. So, what does it look like in action? This is really cool as well. So, would you like to see how BlockBot actually works? Let me know. Like, give us a shout out in the comments if you'd really like to know how BlockBot is, and if you'd like to meet BlockBot. So let me walk you through it. Missions, actions, sharing and learning, all in one space. And this is where the magic happens. It's really super cool. So here's your BlockBot report. So it's a full analytics and reporting dashboard for everything. So from earnings to activities to node value to performance, it's all here. So whatever nodes that you own, whether it's a BlockBot, whether you also own in our other projects, we've got a number of projects, which is super cool. And I'll talk a bit more into that, but they're real world projects that are actually happening. So as an example, Grow, this is supporting our farmers. Regenerative farming, it's actually organic farmers. We've got 4 farms here in Australia. There's a number in the US as well. And we've got to actually get back to the person who invited you to the call, because we've got a great Australian community call happening on Friday morning at 7 a.m. around the Grow project that you really want to find out about. But this reporting system here tracks everything. So R-Link, like the platform we're on now, the video conferencing, you can track it, you can grow it, you can optimize it. This is literally like your command system for making impact and getting rewarded for it. So it's super cool. Everything's in one space for you to be able to see what that looks like. And then this one here is, this is our win pay. So this is our proof of action reward system. So every time you or someone in your network takes verified action, rewards are triggered, okay? And so this is not just a hypothetical. They're totally transparent, as is everything on the blockchain. It's also trackable and paid in real time. So this is what decentralized rewards looks like on chain, not behind closed doors, which is super cool. So fully transparent, and you can see everything. This is also our learn to earn. I mentioned to you about this earlier, and this is powered by BlockBot. This is our weekly earning mission center, where education meets action. And one of our, core values is actually education in this space. So, you complete a simple lessons, and you apply what you've learned, and you'll get rewarded. Okay. So it's a new way to grow your knowledge and your wallet at the same time, which I think is pretty freaking cool, like, as you grow in this space, to be rewarded to do that as well. And that's pretty exciting. So your BlockBot comes also with a self-custody wallet. So again, the person who invited you, they'll be able to share a video which is on our Switch, our banking project, that talks about custodial and non-custodial wallets. I strongly recommend that you ask them for that, to take a look, so you can understand if it's a new space for you. And this means that you're not relying on a centralized exchange or a third-party platform. You store your crypto, your rewards, and even your NFTs safely, privately, and on your terms. Okay, because real ownership starts with custody. And there's a saying in this space that if you don't own your keys, you don't own your wallet. And the person who invited you will be able to show you when you set up your Connect wallet the importance of keeping your 12 seed phase, because they are your keys to your wallet. Don't take a photo. Don't keep them on a computer anywhere. Old school, write them in a book, because your keys, your wallet, super important. Okay. And right now, the win market is sitting on a moment of unrealized potential. And so what this screenshot here is coin market cap. So the Win blockchain and also our other projects all sit on coin market cap. Again, the person who invited you will be able to give you the link so that you can see that yourself. Nothing to do with Connect or anything. This is a external platform. Right now, the Win market is really an unrealized potential. The blockchain's live, the infrastructure's proven, the rewards are flowing, but the market really hasn't caught up yet. And if you look back at, as I was saying to you before, Bitcoin, it's a story. The story is really familiar. And at one point, it was trading for cents, nothing, pennies. But today, it's a household name. And within our own ecosystem, Gala, which was it was the first project. Gala was the first project on the Connect United ecosystem, and it started at zero. Early node owners, operators, received millions in tokens, and and at its all-time high, it actually went to 87 cents US, and many saw significant value simply from helping power the network. So we're not saying that history is going to repeat itself. No, nothing's guaranteed. But what we are saying is that the foundations are here. And just like other moments in tech history, sometimes value isn't fully realized until much later. That's where we are right now. This is the unrealized potential. Okay. So really important to understand that. We're also super excited because one of the things that we're going to be doing, the person who invited you to this call, if you are brand new and you don't own any nodes as yet, we're giving away 1 million BlockBot minis. So each of those are actually valued at 500 US. And if you get back to the person who invited you, they'll be able to give you one of those for free. Okay, so a BlockBot mini, basically, and this is kind of part of our launch. We launched it a couple of weeks ago. New members, if there is anyone who is seeing this for the first time, you've got until the 15th of this month. You can go back. Previous members, not new members, can as long as you don't own any nodes, you can get in touch with support. And they will get back to the person who invited you is the best thing, and they'll be able to, give you the details on how you can claim yours. But new people who join the platform will automatically receive their BlockBot mini. So get back to the person who invited you to get your free link so that you can get your BlockBot mini for free, because basically you'll get 30 days of hosting for free. You'll get daily rewards, secure digital U, social impact platform, BlockBot access. The lists are all there. I won't read through them all, but it's instant access to the daily rewards and the core platform, and it's really your entry into the ecosystem, and it's really cool. And as I mentioned, existing members, it's a manual distribution, so just get back to the person as well who gave you your free account, and they'll be able to give you the details on how you can do that. So BlockBot Mini gives you 30 days of hosting, as I mentioned. But if you really want to unlock the potential, then I would recommend that you look at a BlockBot, a full BlockBot. And the reason is because it unlocks everything. You'll get 100 times the rewards that the mini gives you, daily rewards. You also get the Learn to Earn program included. You get all the analytics that I showed you, node slots. and the AI tools that we spoke about, and that's only at the beginning. More and more is evolving, and you'll want to upgrade to that full BLOCKBOT, because for 2,000 you will earn, if you do just the learn to earn, you earn about up to 200 US dollars. You can, as long as you fulfill US dollars, at least 200 US dollars per week. So over a 12-month period, that's just over 10,000. So definitely worth that. So whether you're starting with the free mini or you're going to go all in, this is your chance to own the infrastructure in the future. Excuse me. And let me just talk a little bit more of what it really unlocks for you. So each full BLOCKBOT that you own multiplies your rewards. So this isn't just stacking, it's exponential growth. So if you own one BLOCKBOT, it gives you full access to the entire system, as I mentioned. But if you own 5, that actually gives you 6 times the reward potential. That's just thanks to the built-in multiplier effect. Okay, and you'll see there on that graph, it tells you 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and then with 5, it gives you 6 times the rewards. It's not just 5 times the impact, it's more than that. Okay, it's 6 times your rewards. So right now, we're in a unique window where there's no limit on how many full BLOCKBOTs you can purchase, but that's not going to last. So at the moment, you can buy as many BLOCKBOTs as you like, but that will be capped. Soon it's going to be a hard cap at 5 maximum. And that's really just to maintain the balance on the ecosystem as we grow. Okay. And so for those looking to maximize the infrastructure, well, it's still open. I would suggest grab as many BLOCKBOTs as you can and get back to the person who invited you on how you can do that. Because that's not going to last. All right. So this isn't just another software or a marketplace. This is the foundation of $1 trillion transformation across multiple industries. So at the moment, we've got, I think, 14 different projects on the ecosystem, but it is growing. So from AI to energy, from data to finance, this is the infrastructure for the next internet. It's exciting times. And for the first time, regular people, just like you and me, not just institutions, actually own this. So we own this. All right. It's so cool. And as I spoke at the beginning, I said at the beginning of the presentation that we really talk about how broken our system is in energy, food, healthcare, finance. So energy, as an example, green is our project on the ecosystem. And I just paid last week my electricity bill here in Australia with green rewards that were generated off the ecosystem because I was able to, use the rewards from the node to pay for my electric bill. And you may have just gone, what did she just say? And what is she talking about? Really good questions. So basically, the easiest thing, get back to the person who invited you and they'll share a video that will give you a little bit more into that. But this is a whole new system. This is a whole ecosystem that just means that we get to have our control back. As I mentioned before, food, another system that's broken. And if you can, I strongly recommend you can even reach out in the comments if you want. Jen will drop the link in. Actually, Jen, if you can, Judy, if you can drop in the link for the call on Friday morning for the Grow. So this is in the Grow project. So regenerative farmers, we're going to have Will from Grow speaking and some of the Australian farmers. And that is super cool. It's another system that's broken, the healthcare. Galvin, you can look on the Apple Store and you'll find Galvin. Finance, I mentioned before about Switch and custodial wallets. So these are real problems affecting real people every day. And these are real projects that are actually here and now. And when I say projects, interchange businesses, because one and the same, but these are projects that are actually happening inside the Connect ecosystem. We've partnered with and and build powerful projects working to solve real world problems. And you know, the transparency in finance is a big problem, and so to actually have an alternative for that is just amazing. So from transparent finance to next generational energy infrastructure, as I mentioned. So paying my energy bill with green was just amazing. I'm just going to have a sip of water. Excuse me a minute. So these are solutions built for people by the people, and I'm really honored and grateful to be a part of it because this community cares about people and it cares about our planet and it cares about our world. And so it really lights up my heart. And BlockBot is how you get involved. It's kind of like your access point, and you know, he's your guide, your way to learn, to grow, to earn, and to really directly participate in the solutions that matter. So if these are things that matter with you, for you, then I really seriously encourage you to take a deeper look and find out more about this. Remember, I started DYOG, do your own, sorry, DYOR, do your own research. It's really key. So when you activate BlockBot, you're not just joining a platform, you're actually stepping into an ecosystem that's reimagining the world and helping drive real change, one action at a time. And as I said, I'm so honored to be part of this. And this is your moment. You get to own a BlockBot, not just a product, but your personal AI built for purpose, ownership, and rewards. Build your Web4 future. You're not just watching the future happen, you're helping build it on your terms and shape the next era of impact. Because the reality is, we're either part of the problem or we're part of the solution. And Connect United and the projects about the solutions. So you can whinge and bitch and stuff about that's going on in the world, or you can actually step up and make a difference. And this is an opportunity, it's an invitation to actually just see whether or not it's something for you. Because when enough of us actually take action, the old system doesn't stand a chance. This is Connect. This is your BlockBot, and this is where it all begins. So that brings us to the end of our